Hey, what's up guys? It's Mike from Budget Gaming, back for another World of Warcraft Classic guide. Today we're going to be talking about Hunters. Today's build is going to be PvE, meant for raiding and dungeons, not so much for PvP, so we're going to let some of those concussive shots and dazing shots fall to the wayside and focus more on doing the most damage in a rotation. The biggest thing about doing DPS as a hunter in a PvE scenario, you almost never want to use your melee abilities. You want to try to stick to your range as much as possible. So for those of you that have never played vanilla World of Warcraft, I think all the way up to Cataclysm, hunters used to be able to have ranged weapons and melee weapons, and when the enemy would get in close enough, you would automatically switch from your ranged weapon to your melee weapon, and your action bar would change and you get all new abilities and you turn into basically a whole different class. For PvE, you kind of have the benefit of having a tank that will keep threat, hopefully, and not force you to have to go into melee mode. That being said, we're going to look right at the spells here. So we've got our Viper Sting. Stings the target, draining 1108 mana over 8 seconds. Only one sting per hunter can be active on any one target. So the reason I stressed mana is because in vanilla, hunters did not use focus, they used mana. Mana was the source of everything but a rogue and a warrior, I believe. They still ran off of energy and fury. As a hunter, you're going to be using tons of mana because you have nothing but different shots and you have a ton of them. So you're going to be spending mana like no other. It's almost like a caster without casting time, but even some of the shots you have are also casting time, so you're pretty much a caster. Speaking of casting time, aim shot. A shot that increases range damage by 600. It's got a 3-second cast, so it does channel, and I believe it goes down whenever you're hit, but again, we're going to be in PvE scenario, so that shouldn't happen too often. See, this one costs 310 mana alone. And then our next spell, Volley, costs 490 mana. Again, it's channeled, continuously fires a volley of ammo at the target area, causing 800 arcane damage to an enemy targets within 8 yards every second for 6 seconds. So if you do the math on there, that is 480, right? 6 times 8, 48. 480 arcane damage over the entire duration, compared to an aim shot that's 600. But compared to our next shot, the Arcane shot, which is instant, which is nice, deals 183 damage like that on an instant. It's a great shot. That's really going to be your filler shot. Serpent Sting stings the target, causing 550 nature damage over 15 seconds. So you can't have Serpent Sting and then also Viper Sting on the same target. So you're going to want to lead with your Serpent Sting because it's 15 seconds and has like no cooldown, I'm pretty sure. So you can just keep that on there until you need more mana, and then you use your Viper Sting and you get more mana. Okay, so the classic ability of a hunter, Hunter's Mark. Place the Hunter's Mark on the target, increasing the ranged attack power of all attackers against that target by 110. In addition, the target of this ability can always be seen by the hunter, whether it stealths or turns invisible. The target also appears on the minimap, lasts for 2 minutes. It's insane. It's so good for PvP because of the last half, but it's so good for PvE because of the first half. So whenever you have a boss or whatever it may be, whoever you're trying to focus, you're going to want to try to put Hunter's Mark on them first, before anything. This causes no threat, so you don't have to worry about polling. If you played World of Warcraft a Hunter at all, you already know this because it's still a relevant spell in retail, but it's even better in Classic because it actually does more damage in Classic comparatively. Multi-shot fires several missiles, hitting 3 targets for an additional 150 damage. Again, this is going to be a filler shot, or when your tank decides to pull a whole group. It's really not that great against bosses, just like Volley isn't. It's more for the group aspect. Speaking of aspects, aspect of the Hawk. This is the aspect that you're going to want to be in most of the time. The Hunter takes on the aspects of the Hawk, increasing ranged attack power by 120. Obviously, only one aspect can be active at a time. So I'm skipping all of the traps and the melee strikes and your pet stuff, and any PvP kind of shots like distracting shot. And so the last ability we're going to be talking about is Scorpion Sting. Stings the target, reducing strength and agility by 68 for 20 seconds. Only one sting per hunter can be active on any one target. So this is better for PvP, but it's also worth noting for PvE, because if you are going against a huge tank or someone that just deals a lot of damage, a lot of AoE damage especially, then Scorpion Sting is something you could put on there. It's more a situational spell, so it's not going to be part of our main kit, but it is worth mentioning. So here we get over to our talents: Beast Mastery, Marksmanship, and Survival. So we're going to start in Marksmanship because we're going to be trying to do ranged. And I believe we're going to put the rest of our points into Beast Mastery because our pet is going to be doing more damage than our melee and traps. I personally don't like Survival. It's good for PvP. It's great for PvP because traps and stuff is like the whole point of PvP as far as a hunter. But for PvE, we're going to stick with Marksmanship and Beast Mastery. So, we're definitely going to go with Efficiency here. Reduce the mana cost of your shots and stings. That's going to be fantastic. Increase the ranged attack power bonus of your Hunter's Mark spell by 3%. Increases your crit strike chance with ranged weapons by 1%. Ooh, that's good. What does this go into? Increases your ranged weapon crit strike bonus by 6%. That's also really good. So I think we're going to try to go for lethal shots here first, and then if we have any extra points, we'll put it into improved Hunter's Mark. And aim shot. Yeah, apparently we have to learn this one, so we're going to be learning that one. Now, you could increase the range of your ranged weapons by 2 yards. It's good. It's great for PvP because you can really get the jump on people. It's not necessary in PvE because, like I said, you have a tank. So, for more damage, I'm actually going to throw my other 4 points into Improved Hunter's Mark right away, and then I'm going to go for the moral shots on here. The other option here is increase the damage done by your Serpent Sting by 2%. That's great, and we'll come back to that if we need to. But this 30% damage on the crit strike after getting a 5% crit strike increase is just so good. So, reduce the stamina of the targets affected by your Scorpion Sting by 10% of the amount of strength reduced. That's weird. Increases the damage by... A short range attack that deals 50% weapon damage and disorients the target. Again, all 3 of these really aren't that great. This is really good for PvP. Just for the disorient. Barrage is good for certain... I guess we're going to go with Barrage just so we can get True Shot Aura. So yeah, we'll put our 3 points into Barrage, and then we're going to put 1 more point into Improved Hunter's Mark, and we'll get the Improved Serpent Sting real quick. Increases the damage you deal with ranged weapons by 1%. We're going to max that one out, and then we're going to go with True Shot Aura. So jumping over to Beast Mastery, while Aspect of the Hawk is active, all normal ranged attacks have a 1% chance of increasing ranged attack speed by 30%. That is absolutely what we're going for here, because we don't care about our pets as much. Increase the duration of your Eyes of the Beast. No, that's fun. So I used to do this thing in vanilla with Eyes of the Beast where I would take hunters and we would go to like Iron Forge or Stormwind or something, and I would set up a course and my buddy would film it on his camera or on his screen, and we would run pet races. And it would be like we would bet 15 gold on you winning or whatever you wanted to bet, and then it was winner take all. And we had a non-biased, non-hunter, third-party judge sitting at the finish line waiting to see who crossed the finish first. And it was really cool because some of the pets have different speeds. So like birds and stuff, birds and cheetahs are usually faster than bears and boars, just for a simple comparison. So that was really fun. If that's something you're interested in, I'm starting a guild on Fairlina in the Horde side. And we can totally do that. I won't be playing a hunter, but I can judge it, and maybe we can make some videos out of it. It's really fun. Of course, it is a type of gambling, so if you're under 18 or 21, whatever the gambling law is, I don't know. Okay, so these are all great. They really are. They're fantastic. I'm thinking, though, maybe we shouldn't go for Beast Mastery. Because what's survival give us? Parry chance, increase all damage. So I'm thinking that maybe we kind of split this up here, and we do the improved, because I like the improved aspect of the Hawk. That's really nice. You get extra attack speed, and we're ranged, so that's definitely something we want. But I'm looking at this like Unleash Fury. That's cool. Would love to get that if we could, but none of these other ones are good for damage. So I think we're going to go over here, and we're going to go into Monster Slaying and Humanoid Slaying. And I don't like any of those either, so we're going to put more into Improved Serpent Sting. And I've still got 5 points left. So I'm thinking that we may even go for the Improved Arcane Shot. You could go for the deflection here if you really wanted to parry, or the salvage strikes make sense too in case you need to go in to melee ranged. I'm thinking that we don't need to, though. So I think I'm going to throw my other 5 points into Improved Arcane Shot, and we're going to do something, again, if you're used to my videos here, they're a little wonky, but I think we're going to go 546, because this gives you the most damage as far as talents in marksmanship. And that's kind of what I'm going for. So this is our PvE Huntard build for marksmanship with a 546 point distribution. And I kind of like it, so keep an eye out for our other WoW builds. I've got some uploaded already. I know I have a Warlock one and a Shaman one up. I want to do a video for every single class, and once I get every single class done, I may go back and do a, say, PvP build for Hunter, or a PvE build for Paladin, because I have a PvP build video either up or coming. So keep an eye out. We're getting ready for WoW Classic, and like I said, Fairlina is going to be my channel server. I heard a lot of streamers are going to be on that server. Thanks for watching. Bye.